much easier. So if you see things that you're not seeing, just put them out there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. It's pretty formal. I think maybe that's enough for the moment. I think you've overshot, Jack, or 26. Yeah. So, oh, that's all right. No, I think we're fine. So, let's see. It calculates using a principle of finite differences, and I know you all remember how to do finite differences from algebra, right? Not? Well, those of you who would like a review of finite differences, we have a blackboard set up in the corner. I'm not kidding. We will actually teach you over again how finite differences work and why calculating the results to this polynomial is actually very simple, if you know how. That's what my math teacher used to say. Put horrible things in it. Very simple if you know how. And he was generally right, and we generally didn't. Okay, let's see. What else would you like to know? Any questions?
What do you need to change if you want to solve a different polynomial?
We need a different setup sheet, and this setup has to be calculated basically by a mathematician, or if you're sneaky, you can use Mathematica. And so basically, and we go into this in more detail if you want to talk about finite differences. Because it's pipelined, it isn't a simple setup where you just set up values for x equals 0. The first half of the operation, the odd columns add to the evens, then the evens add to the odds, and then you end up with a result that's passed to the printer. So it's really 2 cycles. If it had been done as 1 cycle, it actually would have been much harder to program and turn the crank. So you end up having to start with basically your initial values. This, for example, because it's finite differences, this column doesn't really change, and the results column, because we have a plus 41, this one is always set up initially with 41 in it, and the rest of it is just a matter of the calculations, the stair-step and the calculations that it takes. So you've all forgotten the French hairdressers, huh? The reason they were calculated by French hairdressers is that a funny thing happened in France. Who was having their hair dressed in France? Well, the nobility, of course. And what happened to French hair around the turn of the century there? Well, this thing called the French Revolution. So not only was there not a lot of nobility hair, there was kind of a shortage of heads in the nobility. And so all these French hairdressers were unemployed. I'm not making this up. And because this is simply a matter of addition, it was easy to train these people to do the repetitive addition steps to calculate the values that eventually went into the tables. And that's why these were actually calculated generally by French hairdressers. It was an easy source of cheap labor. It's funny things that, funny way things tie in together with history. It's quite wonderful. Anybody got any other questions? Or are you all just raring to go on finite differences? Want to take it up to 30? Okay. We'll hope for the best, and this is the last cranking of the day. Be good.